Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rune Snow, and we're going to have a little fun. We are going to do the Magic the Gathering Top 10 Vortex. So, now at number 10, the first one being on our list is Muse Vortex from Commander 2021. It's a rare, that's right, 8 cents on the market at the time of this video. I do love that artwork, but well, it says exile the top X cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery with the mana value of X or less among them without paying its mana cost. So it's kind of like you're paying for it anyway. Anyway, that's the reason why it's at number 10. So let's move on to number 9. Then we have Essence Vortex from Ice Age, and it's uncommon, going for 31 cents on the market. It says, bury target creature. That creature's controller may counter the spell by paying the creature's toughness in life. I think this card is very cool, and it only costs 3 mana, so either way, they're losing something, so you can definitely have fun. And I really like that combination of this card. It's quite simple and quite easy. So let's move on to number 8. And we have Energy Vortex. It's from Mirage. It's a rare, going for $1.06, probably because it's on the reserve list. So it costs 5 mana for this card. Whenever you play Vortex, choose target opponent. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove all energy counters from Energy Vortex. During chosen opponent's upkeep, he or she pays 1 for each energy counter on Energy Vortex. It deals 3 damage to him or her. So that's really cool. Put X energy counters on energy for usability only during your upkeep. And it's X ... this card is gold. But because it's on the reserve list and it does take up 5 mana, I just with everything here, I feel like it deserves the 8 spot. So let's move on to number 7. And next we have is Molten Vortex from Magic Origins. It's a rare, and that's right, 18 cents on the market. These Vortexes aren't expensive. Cost 1 mana, pay 1. Discard a land card. Vortex deals 2 damage to target creature or player. And that's the reason why it's here. It's simple, it's basic, it's very easy, and you could possibly make a deck that can return land from your graveyard or play from your inner. I won't go into that combinations, but right now, 1 for a 1/1. It just, everything about it just seems pretty good, and it deserves to be on the list. So let's move on to number 6. Well, next we have is Cerebral Vortex from Guild Pact, or GRN Guild Kit. It's a rare, going for 58 cents on the market, so these cards are slightly moving up. It costs 3 mana for this color combination. It says target player draws 2 cards, then deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards he or she has drawn this turn. So it's kind of like give or take, but I do like that ability, again, with everything else. And there's so many card combinations you can have with that. But 3 mana, I feel like there's more you can do with it. That's why it's at number 6. So let's move on to number 5. Well, we have Sulfuric Vortex from Very Sets. It's a rare, going for 66 cents on the market. Well, this one costs 3 mana. Very impressive artwork by Greg. It says at the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 2 damage to that player. If that player will gain life, that player gains no life instead. Especially with the whole commander thing going on, this card can be actually very playable. So let's move on to number 4. And well, I got Royal Elemental from Zendikar, or Secret Lair Drop. It's a rare, going for $12.01 at the time of this video. Well, this costs 8 mana for this 3/2 flyer, and it has landfall. So why would you be putting out land at that point? Who knows? That's why I put it at number 4. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain control of target creature for as long as you control Royal Elemental. So it is with the mana, that's why it's at number 4. It's just the mana thing is too much. At that point, you won't be playing a lot of lands. So let's move on to number 3. We have Roiling Vortex from Zendikar Rising. It's a rare. That's right, 62 cents on the market. Again, this one only costs 2 mana, so I feel like this Vortex with red makes things cost less. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 1 damage to them. We'll take that. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast a spell, it deals 5 damage to that player. So this is kind of like anti-blue, but your opponents can't gain life this turn, so it does stop white as well. And well, that's just awesome. But no mana. Again, that's just, it could backfire 100%. But I just believe this card should be on the list. So let's move on to number 2. And well, at number 2, we got Psychic Vortex. It's from Weatherlight. It's a rare, going for $3.94. it does belong on the reserve list. Well, for 4 mana, it has a cumulative upkeep of draw a card, but the backfire. At the end of your turn, sacrifice a land and discard your hand. So you really want to play this card at the right time, or you're 100% screwing yourself. And it is, well, Urte, Wizard of Depth, says Teleria floats upon a wheel of fortune. Well, that's a really cool saying. I like the subtext like that. But let's move on to number 1. And that's right, we got one of my favorite cards from the dark. It's from Mana Vortex. It's as I said, the dark. It's a rare, going for $26.70. And this one's on the reserve list as well. It costs 3 mana for this blue card. It says each player who controls a land sacrifices 1 land during his or her upkeep. If at any time there are no lands in play, it is destroyed. If you do not sacrifice a land, when Mana Vortex is cast, it is countered. And this is a blue card. Blue card makes people sacrifice lands. Back in the day, it just nothing was really to the certain color. So this is, I just think it's really incredible for 3 mana. Why not? And that's the top 10 Vortex. So I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.